Okay, we on live.
All right, Shalom. This
Shalom,
is the
shalom.
brother. This is the brothers of GMS New Orleans coming at you with another live lesson. But before we get started, as always, we're going to give all praises, glory, and infinite honors to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahabushai, Bahasham, Rakahakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone who rule and teach well. And peace and salutations to you, sincere Akim out there, pushing this word in truth and sincerity to the four corners of the globe. May you brothers endure until the end. And to the few sincere Akwath, diligently learning in silence, Shalom. So with this lesson, it's just going to be going into current events. There's a lot of stuff going on right now, a lot of stuff prophetically, and it's just a further indicator that what we are close to all hell breaking loose out here, from economics to pestilences, civil unrest out here. It's just a perfect storm of judgment brewing. And the men of the Lord, chiefly of GMS, a great millstone, have been warning, our nation, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, who are the true children of Israel, that these things would be coming, from our apostles and elders all the way down to the youngest man in sincerity for decades at this point. And with the current situation right now with the Honda, and that's just another indicator that we may see a repeat of 2019 to 2021. Hey, it's starting to gain traction, so it remains to be seen where it's going to go. Abaratazah, it leads, to something major. But regardless, again, there are so many different things, in the outing that can be that black swan event to just lead to, this devil coming down with the moves he wants to make, lockdowns, mandatorily implementing the C-HIP, all these things, the persecution, all these things we've diligently been waiting for. But regardless, hey, we're just going to get into prophecy to further, elucidate, to you the times that we're in, and everything in current events is lining up perfectly with it. Yes, something you want to say, Kaya?
No, you got it.
Okay. You'll start off with that second Ezra 16.
Okay. The second Ezra 16 and 17. Woe is me, woe is me. Who will deliver me in those days?
Mm-hmm.
And the beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of wars, and the powers shall stand in fear, the beginning of evils. What shall I do when these evils shall come?
Khan, you can read verse 19.
Behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for amendment.
Hey, famine, plague, or, pestilences, the beginning of wars and famines and great death are sent as scourges for amendment. You got this situation brewing up again over in, Western Asia with Iran and the U.S. trading blows again with the ceasefire looking to break. And of course, with the plagues, the Honda, which you've got, the C to the dizzy, putting it at a level 3, advisory, which is the lowest level, but it shows that what they're putting that putting that out in the airways. Plus, they're already contact tracing with people, who are on that ship and are back in the States. And then with the famines, you got the Strait of Hormuz closure and fertilizer shortages, and then all these talks of adverse weather events bringing droughts and farmers not being able to plant crops for the next planting season. Again, as I said in verse 19, scourges for amendment. Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shah is getting ready to visit this world which he made, as it said in Second Ezra chapter 9, to do what? Punish you people for the great pride and wickedness you've been walking in. Which could a brother get me Second Ezra 8 verse 50 real quick? And especially, you people in America.
Got you. Second Ezra 8 and 50, right?
Mm-hmm.
Got you. It says, for many great miseries shall be done to them that in the latter time shall dwell in the world, because they have walked in great pride.
Hey, straight to the point. For many great miseries, plagues, famines, wars, great death, shall be done to them that in the latter time have walked in great pride. As brothers have mentioned before, the times we're currently living in have flood like behavior. People walking in, pride, arrogancy, which a brother can hold that Second Timothy 3 too, just to give some of the things that these people are walking in out here. You know, people are at the height of their wickedness. And as Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, brought the flood back during Noah's day to wipe the slate clean, that first death, we are quickly coming into the second death with a even more complete purifier, being that fire by those nuclear missiles.
Okay. You want that, Timothy?
Oh yeah, we'll get that, Timothy.
Come to 2 Timothy 3, starting at the top. This know also that in the last days perilous times shall come. For men shall be lovers of their own selves, covetous, boasters, proud, blasphemers, disobedient to parents, unthankful, unholy.
Khan, yeah, you can read the verse 4, Baba Kashah.
Without natural affection, truce breakers, false accusers, incontinent, fierce, despisers of those that are good, traitors, heady, high minded, lovers of pleasures more than lovers of the Most High.
And all these things, can be synonymous with having great pride, being a lover of yourself, being narcissistic. It even says proud in there, a blasphemer, unthankful, people without natural affection. On the Newsbreak app, brothers have, information is constantly getting posted of people just having crash out moments out here, putting other people down, putting loved ones down, putting themselves down, and it's only going to increase. Oh, you want to say something?
Yeah, I got a quick one for you. Oh, I got a quick precept. My bad. I'm a wise Salami.
Good. I just wanted to say this. The Second Timothy goes good with the second address, the walked in great pride, because all of these things are scourges for the way these people walk around without a care in the world. They don't put any thought to how food gets on the shelf. They don't care how society works. They don't care about infrastructure at all. They just worship themselves. So when the Most High closes the door on this place, these people are gonna lose it.
Mm-hmm. And hey, we saw, if I could say real quick, we saw how quickly, that veneer of pride and arrogancy fell during 2019 to 2021. The L downs happened. People had to stay inside. You had a bunch of people, taking a swan dive out of their apartment windows, and a bunch of people getting on. This is one thing I remember that disgusted me, is you had a bunch of people get on the Zoom chats and do like little meditation conferences, or it's like, that kind of, hey, we're all in this together, we're all one people, just a bunch of bullshit, which, again, showing that you people aren't built for what Yahweh by Hashem Yahushua is about to bring during Jacob's trouble. And with this back then, things eventually got back to normal, and what? People got twice as wicked. Plus, they got the juice in them, so they're twice as bugged out. So when this devil comes with his next move, which isn't going to be the trial run, hey, you people are going to crumble that much faster and resort to, savagery and selfishness that much faster. Because what's another thing it said in that Second Timothy 3, without natural affection, traitors, incontinent, meaning, you have no control over, your lusts, and fierce. And what does it also say in Matthew 24, verse 12? And because iniquity or lawlessness shall abound, which, that's ultimately talking about this world being in lawlessness without the scriptures, though it's going to get to the point to where people are going to disregard the laws of their own governments. What? The love of many shall wax cold.
Come on in there.
Oh, con. And make sure you get that word cold too.
Okay. I was holding I was holding on it. KJV, but you got it.
Con, you got
Get
it.
on the letter.
How you want to bring it out?
Con, it's Matthew 24, 12. And it says, and because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. I had to get it in the blue letter. I had it in the KJV app. But it says, it says, and because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. I get that word cold right here. It says the main point is it says cycle, right? People gonna go cycle. That's the transliteration, cycle. It says the metaphor of waning love.
God, a metaphor of waning love. And
Waning the wax.
and the average American is already, a selfish narcissist out here. So what? You've got this cost of living crisis taking place where people are working 2 to 3 jobs with nothing to show for it. Prices are going up. We're going to start seeing shortages again. The cheapest I've seen gas down here for regulars is at $3.99 at a lot of places now. In Chicago, I believe it's $5.99 or $6.99. So we're bordering on $6 to $7. People are getting those creature comforts taken away from them. Those are the only thing. That's the only thing that's holding these people back from really showing that selfish nature. They still got Netflix, the internet, social media, and cheap food. But when that's taken away, hey, people are going to go for what they know.
I got you one.
Con, you got it.
Yeah, all these things that the brother is basically saying is all contingent upon a great reset. All right, that's why you just see many things happening at once. Body crisis, all the the oil, the Strait of Hormuz, just the different things that the shortages, the food shortages, right? The jobs being cut. All this is it's just basically the great reset. And these people, they don't have an idea of the world trajectory and where they about to end up at, man. But this is Isaiah 28. And I'm gonna read 16 because y'all brother mentioned that those scourges for amendment. And I'm gonna read an NLT, right? It says, we have struck a bargain. Salaki, it says, you boast, we have struck a bargain to cheat debt and have made a deal to dodge the grave. It says the coming destruction can never touch us, for we have built a strong refuge made of lies and deception.
Con. And I'm a watch. Since you're in second Ezra 16, can you jump to 68 to 69 real quick?
Mhm.
But what the brother brought out in that Isaiah 28, when you read it in the KJV, it says, because ye have said we have made a covenant with death, and with hell are we at agreement, when the overflowing scourge, when the enemy shall come in like a flood, shall pass through, it shall not come unto us. A lot of you Israelites out here, and a lot of y'all in the know too, whether you want to admit it or not, you've made an agreement with Esau and this American system, you know, not telling the truth, just going along to get along in this system, allowing, not right, allowing the fact that we've got PDF files and cannibals ruling over us, to just fly. And you think that, I'm gonna just consent under this man and nothing's gonna happen. Well, as it said, it shall not come unto us, for we have made lies our refuge, and under falsehood have we hid ourselves. When you jump to verse 17, it says, judgment also will I lay to the line, and righteousness to the plummet, and the hail shall sweep away the refuge of lies, and the waters shall overflow the hiding places. Hey, you're going to be knee deep. You're going to be neck deep in Jacob's trouble when that flood comes in. And, if you survive these scourges of amendment, which we're going to go back into in that second Ezra 16, that nuclear hail is ultimately going to finish you off. Because another thing, too, as the brother just mentioned, all these different moves you're seeing being made right now are leading towards what? That great reset, where they want everybody to ultimately have that micro C-hip implant in them. And we know, according to the scriptures, that those that receive it, what? They're going to be hit with that fire and brimstone, those nuclear missiles. Which you can get that. Oh, what did you say?
More verse 20. They have more like earlier in the chapter, but I'll jump down in a second.
You can get that. Are you at that?
I'm holding both, whichever one you want.
Oh, kind.
Yeah, more with the scourges, like up earlier in the chapter.
Oh, kind. Yeah, you can jump to that 68 to 69 real quick, and then we'll jump back to the 20.
Kind. the second Ezra 16 and 68, it says, "For behold, the burning wrath of a great multitude is kindled over you, and they shall take away certain of you and feed you, being idle, with things offered unto idols."
God, for behold, the burning wrath of a great multitude is kindled under you. What? That flood, these scourges, the devil coming down in great wrath, because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. Esau pulling out all the stops to bring about his NWO, which includes what? Famines, plagues, civil unrest, all these things is kindled over you, and they shall take away certain of you and feed you, being idle, with things offered unto idols. And what's that ultimate idol they're going to feed unto you to bring back, normalcy? That sea hip, which is, the 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 key, the linchpin idol of this beast system that Esau's planning on bringing about.
God. It says, "And they that consent unto them shall be had in derision and in reproach and trodden under foot."
As I said, those that consent unto them, back in that Isaiah 28, for ye have said, we have made a covenant with death, and with hell are we at agreement. Con, you're going to consent under this devil, thinking that, look, if I just keep going along to get along, I'm going to be okay. Well, what does it say? They shall be had in reproach and trodden underfoot, especially if you're an Israelite that's been preaching this word, or admitting that you're an Israelite. You all these treaties that this devil has made throughout the history with our people. Look at Gad, or Southern Kingdom, that he's broken. You think it's going to be any different now when he's at the end of his ropes, when he's at the full, height of his desperation? Once he gets it in you, he's going to do whatever he wants to you. And then if you make it past that, what, you're ultimately going to get hit by the Lord when that hail comes in to sweep you away. You want to say something, Amawad?
That's why the scripture says, "Never trust thine enemy." All our people that trust Esau, they're going to be destroyed. And the scriptures give us a heads up. If you didn't have a so-called common sense enough to distrust the so-called white man, the scriptures give you a full layout of everything he's planning on doing.
Khan, and to back you up, what was it saying? Psalms 55, verses 21 to 22. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. His words were softer than oil, but yet were swords drawn. He's going to create the chaos and come with the order to get that sea hip to bring things back to normal. But then that's the ultimate, gotcha moment, because now you're fully locked in his system, and he's going to do whatever he wants to you. And then on top of that, the Lord is going to hit you with a nuke.
I tell you that in verse 18 too. And Isaiah 28 and 18. Now we're gonna get that one once brothers get it. I think the elder had one though.
No, I'm okay.
You good?
Yeah, I'm good.
Come on. Let me read 18 for you. Just to back up what you were saying. It says, "And your covenant with death shall be disannulled, and your agreement with hell shall not stand. When the overflowing scourge shall pass through, then ye shall be trodden down by it."
Hey, they that consent unto them shall be had in derision. And then if you keep reading down in that second Ezra 60, it talks about that great insurrection that's going to come upon those that fear the Lord. Because even though, 2/3 of our people are wicked out here, as it says in Romans, they have a zeal, but not according to knowledge. They're still Israelites, and for the most part believe in a higher power. Esau's about to roll on the entire nation, the righteous and the wicked. But when you keep reading down, the only difference is that it says, "Then those that are my chosen shall be known," because the Most High is going to set up that standard, when the enemy comes in like a flood, as it says in Isaiah 59, verse 19. But as for the rest of our, people, they're going to get washed away. Going back to the second Ezra 16, by the famines, the plagues, the wars, the great death, the great sorrows, these scourges for amendment.
If I can add this, what the brother is also mentioning is that pretty much wickedness going to be a witness unto itself. Because it says in Tobit that they that sin are enemies to their own life, man. So in Wisdom of Solomon 17:11, it said, "For wickedness condemned by her own witness." So the things that these people believe in and that they're doing, all right, whatever they take up on that image of the beast and the things they follow and do, all right, and believe in that they heart that there's not a judgment for it, then it's going to condemn them. All right, by what they believed in, what they bowed the knee to, that's going to also condemn them, man. All right. It says it's pressed with conference and always forecasted grievous things. So anytime wickedness been judged by the Lord, it have always forecasted grievous things. Look at the waters of Noah. All right, when they covered the earth, because of what? The wickedness was great. Right? People hearts was in that 2 Timothy 3, they was lovers of themselves, right? Despising good. They forever learning, but never able to come to the knowledge of the truth. All right. And people just bugged out. They conscience seared with hot irons. People just believe they can do whatever they want, man. All right. But they're going to be taken in their duality. And man, that brother be get down. You got it, bro.
Khan. Actually, could you get for me Isaiah chapter 30? You can read verses 1 to 3.
Gotcha. Yep. This is Isaiah 30, verse 1. It says, woe to the rebellious children. Yep. That take counsel, but not of me. And that covering with a covering, but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin. Yes, brother.
Khan. And what's that point you just made?
They that sin are enemies to their own life. That one?
Mm-hmm.
Khan.
Hey, it says, woe to the rebellious children that take that covering, but not of the Lord, that they may add sin unto sin. Like we talk about a double garment of righteousness. Our people are getting ready. 2/3 of our people are getting ready to put on a double garment of wickedness and you're already wicked because you're a part of the system. And then you're just going to get that C-hip and that's going to be the done deal.
You're going to bow the knee. Mm-hmm. You're going to fully accept it. It says that walk to go down into Egypt and have not asked at my mouth to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh and to trust in the shadow of Egypt.
And I think you just said it, Amawad, never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusted, so is his wickedness. And as it also reads in there, what does it say? When thou art in adversity, thou shalt find him there first. Everything bad that's about to come down the pipeline, who's going to be the guy coming there first? Esau, the white hats, the white coats, the business suit and the tie and the shaved face. And who's going to be the first group they're going to come to? Your so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, just like what they did with 2019 to 2021. Who was most at first it started off with Moab, then it went to older Edomites, but then who ended up being the target group? So, and they said it, not just blacks, but blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, all 12 tribes. So you think it's going to be any different now when he's about to, put that capstone on his crowning achievement? No. We've always been the focus, of his agenda out here, and it's going to be no different this time. And 2/3 of our people, like sheep to the slaughter, what? They're going to go down to Egypt for help and, try to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh, consent unto him, and make those covenants with death and hell. Well, what's it about to say in verse 3?
Therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame, and the trust in the shadow of Egypt your confusion.
Khan. And you can Khan, you got it. But Kaya, you can jump to Isaiah 31 and read verses 1 to 3. But as it said, therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame, and the trust in the shadow of Egypt your confusion. As it says in Proverbs, I think it's 11 and 22, though hand join in hand, the wicked shall not go unpunished. All the very same devil you're going to go to for help, he's going to get punished, and you're going to get punished right along with him. And it's as simple as that. Because this man's, his whole rulership is a sinking ship. So you would think you would want to get on the lifeboat of truth, but what? You're going to go down with the ship, with this wicked captain. But you got it, Yakina.
Yeah, this is how they're gonna be when they go down to Egypt, man. All right, this is Isaiah chapter 28, verse 19. Well, 28, verse 15. It says, because ye have said, huh?
We just read it. Here's the spirit. Break it out again.
No. My bad then. Just like it.
Yeah, we just got it. Bring it out, shit. You break that again. Bring it out again.
No, it's all good. I'm
Okay.
gonna let me see some. 15. Go ahead. You got it. I'm looking for that one real fast.
Hey, that's the spirit. It keeps going back to what?
Coming back.
Making that covenant with death and hell. Which what does it say about Esau in Habakkuk chapter 2? He is as death and hell and cannot be satisfied.
God.
And what he is as the grave. And then what did it say? He will heap unto him all nations and all peoples and all tongues. Which is what? That new order. One currency, one religion, one government, which in order to be a part of this system he's bringing, you got to do what? Get that one mark, that C hip. But as we've been going into, those that go down to Egypt for help, or those that consent unto him shall be had in derision and trodden underfoot. Yeah, something you want to say, Yakanat?
No, I was looking for this other scripture, but it's all good.
Khan. Were you getting something, Amawad?
I had that Habakkuk.
Khan, you can bring it out real quick, then we'll go back to that Isaiah 30, 31 and 1.
This Habakkuk 2 and 4.
Actually, start at verse 3, Baba Kasha.
Habakkuk 2 and 3. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry.
And hey, as we started off in that second Ezra 16, the beginning of sorrows and great deaths, wars and famines and plagues and scourges for amendment, though it tarry, it will surely come, it will not tarry. It's just like every day something new, dealing with prophecy is coming to pass. And then of course, what's another thing? The days are being shortened for the elect's sake. These weeks feel like, instead of 7 days, they feel like 3 days. Like here we are at another Friday. It's going to be another Saturday at camp. And then it'll feel like 3 days from now, we're back at the same thing. The Lord is ramping up the time. So what? The salvation can come for the elect. And also what? All these judgments we're reading about can come for the wicked.
God. It says, behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by his faith.
Hey, never trust thine enemy, for like as iron rusted, so is his wickedness. And as it says in Psalms 58, verse 3, the wicked are estranged from the womb. They speak lies as soon as they be born. There's no reform in this devil. He has a wicked spirit in him from birth, and he's going to continue to be that same serpent until his death. But as it also said, the just shall live by faith. To those of the elect, we're going to walk on big faith following after Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai as the times get worse out here, because that gives us, the answer on how to get through these things. Anything else of this world, as we've been going into with these verses, is going to lead to you being trodden underfoot or being taken out by these scourges and hail, these great judgments.
God, it says, yea, also because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell, and is as death, and cannot be satisfied. But gathereth unto him all nations, and heapeth to him all people.
And when we hear, any talks of, one government, one currency, so-called globalization, who's at the head of it? The United Nations, these Western European countries, America, the WEF, and who's at the face of that? So-called pale males, as Elder Malcolm says, with bald faces and suits and ties.
The devil.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, even that guy Kill Bill. All right, what the fuck he got to do with World Economic Forums? What the hell he got to do with anything associated with help? All right, helping people. When he was just a computer nerd for all these years, now this guy's on a military front. All right, even this other red African, which ain't nothing more than a small hat, running around taking inventions from Nikola Tesla. All right, and putting his name on the shit. What do he have to do with anything, man? All right. showing you that. And then, like I said, a lot of these guys are set up too, man. Even
Mm-hmm.
Nero 47, you can clearly see he'll let this house burn, but to say that he all about the small hats, man. You can see that. All right, he's a small hat lover. All right.
He's all my friend. He's all about his friends. You know, you had that one Edomite, lady, March. That's that one Edomite lady that looked like a straight cave, like she just walked out of the Flintstones. Marjorie Taylor Greene, who was a big, MAGA supporter. Which, when you look up what MAGA means, it means a top level warlock.
Mm-hmm.
It goes back to witchcraft, and I mean, this devil has done a perfect job at casting that spell over you. Which, back during the 2019 to 2021 thing, he said this whole thing, we can look at it as like a bad dream. A terrible black monster came and caused bad times, but we're gonna wake up and come through it. He's cast a complete spell on you people. But old Marjorie's broken free of it. And now she was saying, look, I've got text messages from Nero saying, I can't release the Jeffstein files because it'll hurt a lot of my friends.
Yeah, they're all on one consent, man. You can't have one or two blood drinking pedophiles and then everybody else is normal. Like, no, they're all into that, man.
Yeah, they're all in one bed together, man.
Damn,
Even that other Harlem shaking nigga that's in jail right now, and we don't even know if this nigga really in jail. This nigga, some of the shit they've seen or have been showing, seem like he been having fun. With the lifestyle he was living, you definitely believe he having fun up in there, man.
You talking about the diddler?
The diddler, all right, and Jeffrey. Now, I don't even think Jeffrey is like the dude said he up there. I don't even think Jeffrey up there in the spirit world, man. This nigga somewhere on a Cayman Island, some goddamn way, man.
Drinking
juggling
milk,
babies, man.
juggling babies and drinking milk out of a coconut.
Yeah, man. All bullshit. You just, and a lot of you jakes, you out there, you take up for these devils because you hate that we're out here bringing it to the forefront, man. All right, these other camps not doing it. They don't even look at it. These other camps, all right, them purple people, and so on and so forth. All these guys are worried about getting on vlogs, interviews. They're not talking about the elites. You don't hear them talk about the elites, man. They don't even talk about world events at all. All right, everything, and if they do bring them up, they're downplaying them. Oh, Jacob Trouble, ain't gonna be no Jacob's Trouble. Meanwhile, the whole world is suffering and is in chaos, man. All right, things are happening at a rapid pace. Go ahead, Doc.
And reason, just to back you up, that our people don't want to hear about this or talk about this is because what it breaks their comfortability out here. 2/3 of our people are comfortable with America. Yeah, things are horrible. Yeah, we've got vampiric PDF files ruling over us, but what? I can still go get a 2-piece with fries. I can still talk shit on social media. I can still commit adultery. Jake likes feeling comfortable in this wickedness, but when we shine a light on it, we always say Jake's got a conscience. Jake has to sit there and think, look, I'm at the lowest in society and I've got a bunch of demons ruling over me. I can't just go and have a fun weekend.
Yeah, and here it is. You got deadly ants coming across this bitch now. All right, you got all type of shit happening now, man. And meanwhile, you niggas tell us on the comment board to basically it's not the white man's fault. All right, you got every excuse for this devil. That goes with that Amos 6:3 when it says ye that put far away the evil day.
Mm-hmm.
Right, and cause the seed of evil, the seed of violence to come near. You all about really you what you're doing spiritually. You keeping this devil you upholding this devil, man. You keeping him up standing up. We're trying to knock him down, man. All right, we're actually bringing his crimes to the forefront. All right, but the Lord got something for you scoffers too, man. All right,
God.
You people on the comment boards out there that you go to the apostles, you talk mad shit. You go to different bishops and brothers and camps to talk mad shit. And you even come to our face and talk shit. The Lord it's gonna be you gonna have your day,
Hey, and
I
they
got a
think,
quick one for you.
kind of, if I could say real quick, and they think that by coming against us, what, that the scourge, when it comes, it shall pass over them. That's another form of them making a covenant with hell and death. Look, we're not like those guys over there. We're for America, we're for peace and all that. So hey, please, Mr. White Man, don't come after us.
Hey,
But
but you real fast. We just before we started the video, we were talking about some particular guys down here. Y'all don't have problems with niggas that saying what is that? What I told you? What I don't know what we're talking about. You're talking about Adam and Eve and what the name is
Lilith,
Lilith. You don't have a problem with them guys. Them guys, when you watch them bug outs page, which we don't give a fuck. Right? But when you watch these people pages, they got 40 people in the chat, live chat. They got 1,200 on a video. They got all type of stupid shit. That's the people you watch all goddamn day, man. All right.
Yeah, Jake want to be entertained.
Yeah, you want and you like a lot of that far out wild shit to get high to. A lot of you niggas, you niggas getting high while you hearing people break down the scripture. Man, that's deep, son. Yeah, my intellectual coming with my get out of here, nigga. Why you sucking on a goddamn poach chop? All right, you niggas is wicked as hell, man. Go ahead,
Khan, can you hold me Micah 2:11? Amawad, and just real quick, that one you like in Micah where it says they sit on the couches.
I got it.
Oh,
I got it right here. I'm on it.
God,
that's them.
You got it, Kaya.
Oh, Khan. Yeah, like you've been saying, they sacrifice. It says, I think it's a quote by Ben Franklin. He said, if you sacrifice freedom for security, you'll end up without both. A lot of people. Go ahead.
He said, if you would sacrifice freedom for security, you deserve neither.
You deserve neither. Or you gonna end up without both. And that's what our people is doing. And it's the one for that the elder was speaking of. This Isaiah 5:20. Woe unto them.
They got another saying. It's an analogy about ants and how you put them in a jar, and they don't. It's all peaceful with them. But then when you shake that jar up, they start to go against each other. They start to do certain shit.
Confusing.
But nobody never calls out the person who shook the jar, man. That's you. That's a lot of you scoffers and scorners out there. A lot of you reprobates, man. A lot of you bug outs. You don't never bring to the forefront the actual problem, man. Whether that be yourself or whether that be another nations or Esau, you don't bring out shit, man.
Mm-hmm.
The Lord gonna deal with them type of people. Go ahead.
Con. It's Isaiah 5:20. Warn to him that call evil good and good evil, that put darkness for light and light for darkness, that put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter. Got it right.
When we get to that,
and that's our people out here. They've gone down to Egypt for help and consented unto Pharaoh, which Esau is what, the man of sin and the son of perdition. So by following after him, you're clearly calling good evil and evil good, which we can clearly see when you come against the prophets. You say, "Oh, they're hateful, y'all are the devil," all this bullshit. But you're more than happy to live under the true rulership of the devil out here. And as I think it was Yahushua that said that there'll come a time where they will slay you and think they're doing the will of God. It's going to be a lot of our people that are, gonna come against us when Esau comes with that persecution campaign. But as we got in that Isaiah 30, you thinking that you're gonna go under the strength of Pharaoh and the shadow of Egypt, that's gonna be your shame. In that Proverbs 11:22 again, though hand join in hand, the wicked shall not go unpunished. So you got, and again, that second Esdras 16, those that consent unto them shall be had in derision and trodden underfoot. And trodden underfoot, imagine a row of horses just running over you. That's how horrific the judgment the Lord is going to bring on you for following after the devil.
Yeah, a lot of y'all need it, man.
Mm-hmm.
You niggas need it, man. Straight up. And it ain't just talking about you wicked Israelites. I'm talking about you common everyday people, man. All right, that's the remedy to all y'all BS. All right.
From
I
the
got the other
old
one too, though. Whenever you want it.
I'm just gonna say from the young to the old, men, women, children, all of you, because I was coming home from work the other day and I had to do a double take because they had to have been like 7 years old. Some 7-year-old Jake kids playing in the street. They already had wife beaters on, and I thought they had a Draco in their hand. Like, but as I was pulling up closer in my car, they all had toy, AK-47s at 7 years old, already already getting trained up to be a YN.
Hey, this nigga, they got a nigga across the street from this brother house, man. This nigga roams around with the Draco or the AR pistol every day.
Yes. Yep. No shirt off, just in his drawers.
Yeah, no shirt on, drawers
In
hanging,
the
satin
inside of his drawer.
spirit jeans on, man. You know, out of his body, man. And he do the little pointing shit, swinging around, and he go back to but that's Jake, man. That's a tell of the tape with you niggas, man. You all do the same shit, old or young, young or old, man. Hey, see, we tired of this fucking nightmare, man. We're tired of this bad horror flick, but you niggas don't. You niggas not tired of this shit, man. You drive through some of these areas where you Jake. I'm tired of seeing you niggas, man. Sometimes I admit, sometimes you have a heart for your people, man. Like, damn, you look at a Jake face all ashy, nigga black like he just came from up on a train, Like, damn, our people fuck, man. The Lord did a number on our people. Then you snap back like, man, them niggas is wicked, man. Then the Lord done that to this nigga because he's wicked. But then, hey, man, we sick of you niggas though, man. You niggas in the East, you niggas uptown, you niggas downtown, New Orleans.
Period.
You niggas even in Kenner, man. We sick of you niggas, man. Niggas faking the funk. you just a mad savage nigga. All the while you lived on Williams Boulevard, man.
You live in Philadelphia. You're
Yeah,
downtown, dancing crazy, acting like you crazy, but the whole time you sane in the you sane.
Lord.
Hey,
That's
we got
another
Amawai. We're gonna show y'all, brother. Oh shit.
Story.
Yeah, that's a whole.
If I ever run into you again, I'm gonna call your half crazy ass out.
We gonna expose you. We gonna expose you. Definitely.
I'm gonna fuck up that check you get, nigga, every month. But go ahead, brother.
I got a quick
Yes.
elder.
You got it.
The Psalms 37-25. I have been young and now I'm old, yet have I not seen the righteous forsaken, nor his seed begging bread. Yeah, so when you see Jake all destitute and messed up, you got to remember that's nigga's wicked, man.
Mm-hmm.
If the Lord dealing with you, you're gonna be in a position to serve the Lord. Bottom line.
Hey, whoever perished being innocent, as it says in Job 4. And just to back up what the elder brother was saying, of course we Jake, you see a Jake that's real fucked up, you get compassionate, but every time it's almost like clockwork. I can predict it. Every time, I come across a Jake out in public and I feel some type of compassion, the Lord will send a nigga 5 minutes later to piss me off, whether it's a Northern Kingdom nigga or a Southern Kingdom nigga. And I'm like, man, fuck Jake.
Yeah, man.
You
want me to get that one?
Khan, I'm just gonna ask. You had some more Kaya or
No.
Khan? You got it, Yakina, and then you got that Micah 2:11. Khan. Then we'll go back to that Isaiah.
I'm on 31.
Khan. Actually, before you go to that 31, you can read Isaiah 30:9-11, and then we'll jump to that 31, Baba Kasha. But you got it, Yakina.
Yeah, I got one real fast. This is Amos chapter 6, verse 3. It says, ye that put far away the evil day and cause the seat of violence to come near, that lie in beds of ivory and stretch themselves upon their couches.
Jake being laid up, comfortable. You got some niggas right now watching this stream, comfortable, talking shit, with Dorito dust on their tongue.
I got you. I got the one you like, and Isaiah 33 and 30. I'm holding that.
Kind.
And it says, and eat the lambs out of the flock and the calves out of the midst of the stall, that chant the sounds of vowels. What is vowels?
Yeah, I think it's
And
vowels.
they invent to themselves instruments of music like David, that drank wine in the bowls and anoint themselves with the chief ointments.
Hey, Jake sitting on the couch. Jake's drinking what? The night train, the MD 2020,
A
and
cut
Jake
water, man.
cut water.
Nigga got to cut water and eating cereal at the same time.
Ooh,
Man,
digging hell.
and listening to the latest demon out here,
Yeah.
trap music, whatever demon out here is telling you to kill your people and commit adultery and
And
punk
yeah.
under pressure.
And got sex on the beach, incense burning right now. I know you niggas.
Better see, got a cut water and a bowl of cereal. Ooh, he going there.
Hey,
Yeah.
he cutting instead of milk, he's using the cut water as the milk.
Yeah, true, man. Got hella demons on him, man.
Jake, and I'm poking fun at one of the younger brothers in our camp. You know who you are. Jake putting that espresso martini, which kind of has that milky taste, cut water as the milk in the cereal.
Cut water and
That's true,
cereal.
man.
Wow.
It's fully out of their mind, man.
Yeah, he just polluted in the mind.
Yeah, and that's Jake. Meanwhile, they and we didn't seen it over years, man. You quick to type on the comment board, quick to scoff or whatnot. Hey, you gotta back up those words, man. And I forgot you can't forget the nigga he's scoffing, but me on his off days, he dressing up like a pizza, man. Bringing it out
gyrating.
Yeah. You nigga put on a full. Remember, he put on a full.
No.
What is pool? What is Deadpool?
Deadpool, yeah.
He put a whole Deadpool outfit on and reading in Walmart in the shoe aisle, man.
Nigga, character, man.
But hey, man, but something wrong with us though, man. Nigga's crazy.
Jake smoking the crack pipe through the Deadpool mask.
Yeah, crazy, man.
Man, he probably got a race car bed at home too.
All that, man.
a red race car.
Bugged out, man.
Good. Gee.
But yeah, some more Yakanat.
That was it. It just say, but they are not grieved.
Yeah, read
the Joseph.
I think if you keep reading down, it says, a troop or something's gonna come in and get them. Or it says something like that. It's like, when you least expect it.
Nah, I don't see nothing. Nah, I don't see nothing.
Oh, can you? It doesn't say it like that. I butchered it, but could you read verse 7, Baba Kasha?
Verse 7 says, "Therefore now shall they go captive with the first that go captive,
Mm-hmm.
and the banquet of them that stretcheth themselves shall be removed."
So what? It said, but they are not grieved for the affliction of Joseph. You're not grieved for the situation our people are in. So what's the Lord saying? You're going to go into captivity, and that banquet, the food you're enjoying, the drink you're enjoying is going to be removed, which, going back to that second Ezra 16, which, we're probably going to close out back in that, it talked about famines. And as we see with the Strait of Hormuz closure and all these other factors taking place, fertilizer shortages and talks of droughts, hey, these store shelves are going to be getting bare again, like it did back during 2019 to 2021. And we saw how people were losing their goddamn minds over toilet paper. So imagine and there's no food, no
And that's what
water.
I was gonna say that too. It's funny, man. You thought of the same thing at the same time, because today I passed Sam's up, and it was just a madhouse, and and what people was doing for the C-19, they was going out there and just what they call it,
Panic buying.
panic buying it, or they just buying shit they didn't even need. They're just doing it,
Mm-hmm.
doing it, which that's gonna cause for what? That's gonna cause for a lot of people, a lot of gangs of people to run up in your spot, man. Because right now people still watching you. People looking at the trash. That's why you gotta, hey man, it's so much shit living around Jake you gotta do to stay off the radar. Till it's not even funny, man. You got them white bags with that red ribbon, and they can see all the shit you eating, man. In your spot. You over, you letting the neighbor, letting the neighbor borrow this, borrow that. When that nigga get mad that day he don't have food, what are you gonna do? He gonna come up in your spot, man. Oh, I know Tyrone got the water. I know Tyrone got the fruit roll-ups. All that shit you niggas like, man.
The Capri Sun.
Capri Suns and shit. Hot Pockets. Niggas still eating Hot Pockets in 2026, man. Nigga, that's not even, that's fake cheese, man. That shit glue.
The pepperoni Hot Pocket.
Yeah, niggas crazy, man. They gonna run up in your spot. Cause you didn't know you have it. They know you old, like, especially you Edomites too, man. You a lot of y'all just laying up that stuff for the righteous, man. All right, but Jake gonna run up in y'all spots too, because y'all have the bread and the funds and the network where you can go buy a pallet or some shit if you want, man.
And you flaunt it.
Huh?
And they flaunt it too.
Yeah. You boast about what you done bought. You boast about, well, I got hey buddy, I got 9 months worth of beans in my house. All right? Talk about the rice you got. Talk about all the canned goods. Wait, somebody gonna run up in your shit, man. And put 3 in your head like a bowling ball too in the process.
If you got a prepper channel, you bugged out.
Yeah.
World, everything you've been collecting for years, you bugged out.
Man, one of the brothers from Baton Rouge talk about that a lot, man. Here it is, you a prepper, but you blow up your spot by putting yourself on the tube, on YouTube, putting yourself on the TikTok, and you at the site right now. They can get a GPS location of your shit right now. All right, because you bugged out. Go ahead.
They gonna do Canadian prepper bad.
Man,
Yes.
Prepper gonna do Canadian prepper bad, man. he gonna do his own self, man.
They showing
too. You got this other group of so-called Israelites. They into that prepper shit now, man. All out on the grid, niggas wearing the duck boots, the rubber boots and shit. Niggas in the middle of nowhere wearing a shirt with fringes on it, man.
A camo shirt with camo fringes.
Talking about going gather wood, man. You niggas is crazy, man.
They're fateless, man.
Yeah. Jake them burned 3 checks up. All right, then burned 3 whole checks up at Cabela's, man. Buying up shit.
Hey, but what you just said, hey, we got precepts for days on that. 2nd Ezra 6, and suddenly shall the full storehouses be found empty. Panic buying, and we know these places are on what the just-in-time delivery system, meaning that as soon as they run out of a product, that's when the truck is pulling up just in time. And within, they say, and this is on good terms, within 3 days, those places can be ransacked. But shit, 24 hours when people are really out here like that, those places can be ransacked.
Oh yeah, within minutes, man.
It ain't take that long. During Katrina, they was wiped out. It didn't take days.
I remember right there off of Elk Street where they had the Iberville project and they had a helicopter flying around. They had a store over there. Man, they got in that store within a good 20 minutes or so, and then ransacked, man.
That was the Winn-Dixie. I went there. Yeah, I actually went there, and you had the police outside of it. They was taking goods first. It was like a group of them taking goods first, and it was like, once we finished, y'all could go in. And the other civilians, regular people, just was waiting. I remember it vividly. That was the Winn-Dixie. You got it.
Yeah, man.
Yep.
How much more in times we in, man? Mass outages, all right? Mass pandemonium You ain't better go to sleep from the sounds of shit you're gonna hear, man.
Mm-hmm.
All right, it's dark. Hey, we come into the time of the summertime. Hey, when it's dark and it's hot, man, you can't stay in these houses, man. You know, you can't be. How you gonna tell your woman gonna go complain? The baby's gonna be hollering. It's gonna be hell, man.
God, if you keep reading down in that second Ezra 6 in 24, after it talks about the full storehouses suddenly being found empty, and it says in 3 hours the water shall not run. So water's going to get cut off, electricity, which we're hearing every other day talks about cyber attacks taking place. They
Yes.
just they just mentioned that what Iranian hackers have been hitting US water supply systems. And then going to second Ezra 15, verse 19, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the force of the sword, which is that gun, due to what? The lack of bread, food shortages, and great tribulation. So once these stores get ransacked, hey, people are going to come knocking on doors and not on Halloween.
Yeah, they showed you in that movie Homestead. It's
Oh
like,
yeah.
okay, yeah, this guy has all of the supplies, the bullets, the food. Okay, we need inventory. We need how much do you have?
Mm.
We need to tax you, man.
And then after that, what? He came back with the people.
To try to take it.
The
Yep.
boys.
Came back them boys.
And that's how it's gonna be for a lot of people, man. You know, in the J community, any different community, because you already got somebody that's stunting like they got a lot, and you also have people that genuinely try to help people. And what happens, man? People just take them out, man, and take what it's gonna be doggy dog, man. Straight up, it's gonna be doggy dog. The movie The Road showed you that. You seen the truck with the Edomites rolling in? They had it was a whole clique of them, man. You're gonna have that out here, vigilantes, right? Whether it be Jakes or Edomites, other nations. Hey, get a look at if you know a lot of y'all young, man, you haven't seen too much. We was in that generation. We was right in the middle of a lot of stuff. Go look at the Rodney King's riots, man, and what was going on in LA at that time. All right, that give you a small glimpse, all right, of Jacob's trouble, man. All right, go ahead.
Hey, we can drop all those other ones. We can just go back to that second Ezra 16 and close out with that. But hey, back in that Matthew 24, verse 12, the love of many shall wax cold. And that word was what? Psycho. And a psychopath is somebody that only cares about their own interests and nobody else's. And then that plays back into what? That Second Timothy 3. People shall be traitors and what? Without natural affection and fierce out here. It's going to be every man for himself or every man for his family out here. And even then, people within families are going to turn against each other. It's going to be a brutal free for all. And the only ones that are going to make it through it are going to be those of the elect that Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai has set that hedge over them. Hence, why back in that second Ezra 16, with the verse we started off with, Ezra was saying, woe is me, who will deliver me in those times? Because he saw the times that we're coming into, and it was diabolical out here.
Second Ezra 16, and what you want?
I'm on it.
Okay, Connor, you got it.
You can reread verse 19 and read down to 23, Baba Kasha.
Second Ezra 16 and 19. Behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for amendment. But for all these things, they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor be always mindful of the scourges.
Hey, we saw a lot of this during 2019 to 2021. Brothers have many accounts of family members or friends in the world hitting them up, asking what's going on. Well, what are we going to do? But when things got better, they got back to being wicked. And then also when these, real events happen, instead of coming back to Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, what are they going to do? They're going to further go down to Egypt for help. They're going to go and trust in the strength and the shadow of Pharaoh, which, as it said, is ultimately going to be your shame.
God. It says, "Behold, victuals shall be so good cheap upon earth that they shall think themselves to be in good case. And even then shall evils grow upon the earth, sword, famine, and great confusion."
And this is like, let me see, this is like the third time it's mentioned famine. So famine is going to be a big piece of judgment out here the Lord's going to use to take out a lot of people. But as I said, behold, victuals, food, these cheap goods and other creature comforts people have shall be so good cheap upon the earth, though we're seeing that's quickly coming to an end, that they shall think themselves to be in good case, and even then shall evils grow upon the earth, sword, famine, and great confusion. You can keep going on.
For many of them that dwell upon earth shall perish of famine. There it is again.
Hmm.
And the other that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy.
And though a man were able to escape from a lion, a bear met him. And though he were able to flee from the bear, he set his hand on the doorpost and a serpent bit him. If the protection of the Lord isn't over you, something's going to get you out here. You may not starve to death, but what? You may be one of those people that has goods that back in 2nd Ezra 15, verse 19, a man's going to have no pity upon you and destroy your house with the force of the sword to take your food due to the lack of bread and great tribulation.
It says, "And the dead shall be cast out as dung, and there shall be no man to comfort them, for the earth shall be wasted, and the cities shall be cast down."
And, you think it's bad when the garbage men go on strike and those trash bags pile up, where there's going to be so many dead bodies out here and nobody to bury them. It's going to look like a Civil War battlefield out here. It's going to become a natural occurrence to just see bodies upon bodies laying around out here, bloated, getting eaten, half eaten by dogs. These are the times we're coming into.
I got one real fast.
Con.
This is Isaiah chapter 65, verse 13 says, "Therefore said the Lord, thus said the Lord, Yahweh, behold, my servants shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. Behold, my servants shall drink, but ye shall be thirsty. Behold, my servants shall rejoice, but ye shall be ashamed."
Con, as it says in Daniel chapter 12, too, a time like no other, where the archangel Michael is going to stand up for his people, those that are written in the book of life. Though we're coming into these horrific times of Jacob's trouble, Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai is going to take care of his elect men and his elect women. My servant shall eat while ye and drink while ye shall thirst and hunger. My servant shall rejoice while you shall lament and cry and be taken out by what? Either the sword, the famine, the plague, these scourges for amendment.
I
And
got
it's
one
as simple
more.
as that. Kind.
It goes on to say, verse 14, "Behold, my servant shall sing of joy of heart, but ye shall cry for sorrow of heart, and ye shall howl for vexation of spirit," man.
Kind. And that reminds me of what it says. I'll get it real quick. In Job chapter 5, where it says, Job 5 and 19, he shall deliver thee in 6 troubles. Yeah, in 7 there shall no evil touch thee. In that 7th trumpet, when the elect get beamed up onto the chariots. In famine, he shall redeem thee from death, and in war from the power of the sword. And as the brother Abawad was reading in 2nd Ezra 16, what did it say? Many shall perish of famine, and those that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy. So right here, the Lord's saying, I'm going to deliver you both from the famine and the sword. Verse 21, thou shalt be hid from the scourge of the tongue, neither shalt thou be afraid of destruction when it cometh. My servant shall rejoice and joy while ye shall lament and cry. At destruction and famine, remember, my servant shall eat and drink. Thou shalt laugh, neither shalt thou be afraid of the beasts of the earth. So Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua is about to set up that standard, and miracles and many great occurrences are going to take place to protect his elect. But as for 2/3 of our people out here, hey, get to stocking up on beans and rice now, because you're definitely going to need it. But any brothers had any precepts or any points they wanted to make?
Nah, that was it for me.
Kind. Hey, so with that, we hope you sincere Akim and Aquat out there were edified. And before we get out of here, again, as always, we're going to give all praises, glory, and infinite honors to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakak, Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule and teach well. And peace and salutations to you, sincere Akim out there, pushing this word in truth and sincerity to the four corners of the globe. May you brothers endure until the end. Ababa Ball,
Baba.
Kwam Yasharala,
Inshallah.
Shalom.
Shalom.